Esos dolores los paso. No te odio en secreto, ante todo lo confieso. Si pudiera te pidiera que devuelva todos los besos que te di, las palabras y todo el tiempo que perdí. Me arrepiento ni mil veces de haber confiado en ti. Quisiera.
What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, Wade. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, guys? I'm jumping on a little early here just to get a little warm up in the bullpen. Hi, shout out. Simon, shout out. What's up, Tristan? What's up, Will? Good Friday, Posey. Posey Slighthouse 611. What's up? How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? My man Crow in the house. Crow man, how you doing, buddy? I see you. My man Will joining the 6th stream. What's going on, guys? What's everybody up to today? Friday. What's everybody got going on this weekend here? Schlippery Bert says, can you make golf grips? I don't know, man. Maybe someday. That'd be cool. I'd like to make grips for a lot of different things. So what's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? DeSanto Nick, when are you coming to Detroit? Not sure when I'm coming to Detroit next, buddy. The next hockey event we have planned is there's a big tournament coming up in Chicago. So I'm going to be doing that next month. And then after that, there's the USHL Combine. I'm going to be at the USHL Combine, kicking it with my buddies from Japan, Aito and Yuga. They're coming in to participate in the USHL camp. And I'm pretty pumped about seeing them there. So I'm going to be doing that. But then just kind of hanging around Buffalo and doing a little bit of traveling, maybe go down to Florida. What's up, guys? Going to a hockey game. I will score for you. Awesome, dude. That's cool. So yeah, I just jumped on a little bit early here. I basically wanted to come on and do a live and record it and then maybe go for you, put this on YouTube. But I've been getting a lot of the same questions from you guys for the last couple of years on all the different channels, especially Snapchat and Insta DMs. And one of the questions that keeps coming up from a lot of different players, and they're younger guys, and they're asking me about being afraid and, you know, moving up from, I guess, Pee Wee into Bantam. And, you know, it's hitting for the first time, and a lot of kids are, you know, having problems with being afraid and not really quite sure how to handle that part of the game. So I did a lot of thinking about it. I've been answering that question for, you know, a couple years now, and over I keep coming up with the same kind of response. So I thought it would be cool just to jump on here and do a live, and if I don't choke, maybe put it on YouTube, and that way we can just, like, you know, you guys can always just check out YouTube, and if you ever have questions and stuff. So that's what I'm doing here. I said 3:15, so it's like 3:15 now. Wait a few more minutes here, and then I'll just kind of get into it and just start rolling. And if you guys have any like questions or follow-ups during my little rant, feel free to drop it in here. Drop out some hearts. Well, let me know what you think. If you have ideas or anything maybe that I don't touch on as far as what to do, then let me know that too. All right, so that'll be pretty sweet. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Who's here? Who's here? Follow me. I can't follow you right now. I'm hands-free. My favorite person in the NHL? Oh, that's a tough question. I got some good Buttendz ambassadors in the NHL right now. I'm a big fan of. Obviously, Jeff Petrie is probably my favorite player. He's been using Buttendz the longest, and he's a good dude, and he's having a great year again, and it's fun to watch him play. He uses Flux, and so he's probably my favorite player. And then, you know, obviously all the other guys too. So... yeah, also too, don't forget Sunday night we're doing Insta Live for a big giveaway. Don't forget that. Those are always fun. But today we're just gonna get into this question. Okay, let's get right into it here. Let me see, get my notes. I even got notes. What up? Johnny Goudreau. Yeah, Johnny Goudreau. He does the BE spinner. I mean, I challenged him to the BE spinner, but I haven't heard back. So maybe like hit him up in his DMs. Tell him he should challenge me. Favorite team in the NHL? I'm pulling for all the teams that are going to be in the playoffs with players using Buttendz. So bandwagon. Hey, what's up, Matt? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Snipe Central. Been using Buttendz for 2 years. Thanks so much, man. That's sick. Appreciate you. Cool. Nick, I like your shaft. I don't know what that means, but thanks, bro. All right. All right, guys, I won't be too long here, but we're going to jump in. Basically, why I want to do this live is because I got a lot of questions from you guys, And I'm hearing the same thing from a lot of you players. And one of the things I hear most on Snap and Insta DMs is, I get a question just like this. It's, hey Rob, question. At games, I'm constantly afraid to go into the dirty areas and skate fast with the puck and fear that I will get hit hard and get hurt. What do you think about this, to help me stop being fear of getting hit? And what tips do you have for me? So I get that question a lot, and it's worded differently a lot of times, but basically it's the same thing. A lot of players are going from Pee Wee into Bantam, and when I was younger, it was squirt to Pee Wee, but it could be that way for you too. But basically, you're going from playing hockey your entire life where you don't have hitting, so you don't really have to worry about getting hit, going into the corners, going to the net, and then all of a sudden, one year you switch and you have to hit, and a lot of times players, can get anxiety from that and get worried about getting hurt, or, a lot of times, for example, some kids are going to grow faster, so some kids are going to be pretty big by the time they get to Pee Wee and Bantam, and then some other kids maybe haven't hit their growth spurt yet. And that's kind of what happened for me as a player. I grew up playing in Buffalo, New York, and when I was younger, I was really good. I was playing on all the top teams, the top AAA teams in Buffalo, and then I even played up, like when I was a squirt and a mite, I was always playing on the higher level team for like the older kids. And then as I got a little bit older and I started playing, AAA hockey and then got to Pee Wee, a lot of the kids, I didn't hit my growth spurt until later. And a lot of these kids got bigger and faster and better than me. And, going into my first year hitting, I remember being scared and being afraid to hit. So I definitely can relate to a lot of you guys when I hear this question. So here's some advice I have. I write this a lot to these people, and like I talk to people on Snap and answer these questions, and I give a lot of the same advice. So I thought I would just kind of tell you here. But basically, here's the thing, right? So if I'm a young kid and I'm going from Pee Wee to Bantam, and it's my first year of hitting, you need to be focused on this stuff like all the time. All right, so you need to work on your game and on your preparation for your game from the start of the season. You need to commit to it. Like if you're going to play hockey, you have to understand that hockey's a violent game, and it's a fast moving game, and it's a game of collision, and you're going to be up against people who are going to be physical. And if you're going to be playing the sport, you need to understand that you are going to get involved in some physicality and some contact. So I think it's really important that you buy in and you start focusing on your strength and conditioning right away. You can do this stuff all the time. I think it's really important to, as a young player, you should be, every single day, there's something that you can do to increase your strength and conditioning. And when you do this, when you get strong as a young kid, and you're going to be a lot, there's not a lot of kids that are putting in that extra work off the ice. Some players are doing it, but there's a lot of room for improvement here. So I think working on doing the basic stuff, you can do anything of this, all this stuff at home. Like, honestly, like a lot of players are like, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym and I got school. But here's the thing. You need to work on core exercises to increase your body strength. And I recommend doing pull-ups, push-ups, body squats. Those are the three things that you can do all the time at home. And it's really going to improve your overall strength and endurance and your athleticism. And when you do that, you're naturally going to become better at taking hits, getting hit. You're going to be more confident. You're going to be a better skater. All these things are going to improve if you just continue to focus on your physical well-being as a player. And again, you don't need to be like bench pressing. You don't need to be doing, setting up the squat rack when you're 13, 14 years old. Like, quite honestly, I don't even use weights anymore. I'm not playing any longer, but I'm in pretty good shape, and I do all this stuff on my own, like going to the park. One thing I recommend kids do is get a pull-up bar for your bedroom, and do like 100 pull-ups, or you don't even need to do 100. You could do 50 pull-ups a day. Every other day. You do that, you start doing that kind of stuff, your body's gonna, like, you're in a situation where you're growing, and you're gonna get like really good shape really fast, and you're gonna notice that mentally you're gonna be much more inclined to even want to get hit or want to give hits. So that's one thing you can do. Pull-ups, you should be able to, honestly, as a 14-year-old, if you're gonna be playing ice hockey, you should be able to drop down and do 50 push-ups, no problem. And honestly, like, I see a lot of kids, like, we go to practice and stuff, and like the kids have to do push-ups, and like I see people that can't even do 10 push-ups. And if you're weak and you can't do 10 push-ups, then yeah, you're gonna get hit and you're gonna get hurt, and you're not gonna want to play, and you're not gonna want to get hit. So work on that. And then another thing too, that most players, everybody wants to get pumped up and get jacked up top. But work on your legs. You should be doing body squats. You can do body squats every single day. As a hockey player, you hear stories like guys like Jaromir Jagr played till he's just finished playing, and like he's like 65 years old or something. And there's stories of him doing, after games, he would do 1,000 body squats after hockey games in the NHL. And that's how you get Basically what you do is you get your legs strong, and then you're going to be able to be lower to the ice. When players hit you, it's going to hurt them, and they're not going to want to hit you. So that's huge. I'm a big proponent on that. It's the first thing I think of when any kid asks me, like, hey, what do I need to do? Like, I'm afraid to get hit. What do I do? What do I do? Well, what are you doing off the ice to make yourself better and to get yourself stronger? That's the first thing. Another thing you got to do is you got to focus on your diet. You got to focus on what you're eating. It's very tough. I grew up in the society where it's real easy to get crappy food, and you're always going to be, eating lousy, but you got to try your best to eat as well as you can, because again, that's going to lead into your body's going to be better off. You're not going to get hurt as much. Your joints are going to be stronger. You're going to be harder and better as an athlete, and that's going to affect you and help you, not get hurt out there. And so work on your diet and check out those resources for people that, talk about this. Like my buddy Matt from Hockey Pro Training. He's always giving you diet tips on his site. These are ways, resources that you have available to you guys right now as young players growing up in this environment with Instagram and with all these, tools that you can use to reach out to all these, resources. So check out guys like Hockey Pro Training. He's got great tips of food that you should be eating. That's going to make your body stronger. That's going to help you take hits, and it's going to help you excel at the game. All right. Another thing, okay, it's all about practice. It's like anything. When you first get to Pee Wee or Bantam, at whatever age it is that you guys are hitting, I understand. Oh, it's paused? What? No, I was flowing. Are we good? Oh, man, that's lame. Wait, guys, are we good? No, dude. We're good? Cool. Tell me, are we good? All right, whatever. I'm just going to keep rolling. Like anything, you got to practice it. When you first get to Pee Wee or Bantam and you start hitting, yeah, I understand. It's going to be tough, like your first couple times you get hit, but just keep putting yourself in that environment. Keep getting hit, keep giving hits, and you're going to practice it, and it's going to be okay. All right, so you're going to get better at it really quickly. It's all about practice. And then another tip I like to give guys too all the time. Oh man, I lost you guys. Sucks. Hang on, let me pause it. Are we good? Hey, what's up, Ethan? How you doing, buddy? In the middle of this thing, and then people telling me it's pausing. Okay, I'm back again here. Wait for a few more people to come back. I'll start over a little bit. Hey guys. Zurban. Oh wait, what's up, man? I'm back. Sorry guys. Bad Wi-Fi by me. It's my fault. I jumped on a different Wi-Fi connection. I fixed it though, I think. Sorry. Hey guys. Hey guys. Sorry about that Wi-Fi. What's up? What's up? Sorry about the Wi-Fi, guys. I fixed it, I think. All right, so I'm assuming, I don't even know where I left off, but basically what I was talking about was I get that question from you guys on Snapchat, all right? Hey, thanks. Hey, Raph, how was the connection, man? Where did you lose me, bud? I think I fixed the Wi-Fi, though. So sorry about that, guys. I'll make sure next time I have it dialed in a little better. Is everything all good? Are we not glitching now? All right. Hey, Crowman, shout out. Hey, thanks, Nathan. Appreciate your love, dude. Hey, sorry, guys. I had bad Wi-Fi. That was my fault. I jumped onto another network. I figured it out. And sorry for wasting your time there. Basically, I was jumping on here, and I get the same question from you guys all the time. People hit me up. Hey, Rob, I'm constantly afraid to go to the dirty areas and skate fast with the puck. I'm afraid to get hit. This is basically the gist of it. And I was talking to you guys in the beginning here. A couple things you need to do to address this. Obviously, we talked about strength and conditioning, and I'm going to post this video also on YouTube. So if you missed the beginning, you can check it out. We talked about strength and conditioning, easy stuff to do. Pull-ups, push-ups, body squats. You get your body in shape. You can do that really easily, especially as a young 13, 14-year-old kid. You're going to be much less inclined to get hurt, all right? Another thing we really touched on quickly was diet. Fix it, stop. The biggest thing I can say to you guys is, as a young player that I didn't do a good job of is fix your diet. You have a real chance to have a leg up on all of your opponents because everybody's not really eating well. Check out guys like Hockey Pro Training. He's got great tips on things you can eat. Another thing too, you guys got to just keep practicing getting hit. All right. If you're worried about getting hit and you're afraid to go into the corners and stuff, it's the first couple times you do it, it's going to be scary. It's going to hurt maybe. But you got to learn how to do it. And it's like anything. Just don't be afraid to put yourself in that situation. All right? Get in there, take a hit, take 2 hits. Now all of a sudden the third time you do it, it's not going to hurt as much. All right? Okay, here's a tip that I learned as a kid that really helped me. It might not be for everybody, and it's like a skill you got to learn. So when I was younger, I was afraid to get hit too. Like I didn't grow early. I was a smaller player playing, and when we were peewees and we started hitting, and I used to get picked on out there, and it was tough. And like I was struggling, and hockey wasn't as fun anymore. And I used to look up to players ahead of me, and I had a kid I looked up to when I was growing up in Buffalo, Brooks Orpik. He plays for Washington now. He was a good friend of mine growing up, and I watched how he played. And one of the things I learned from him was, for example, you go into the corner with somebody who's bigger than you or stronger than you, you know, you need to learn how to defend yourself, and you need to learn how to like use your stick as, you know, not a weapon, but so for example, if somebody's going to come up to me and try to hit me, put your stick out like this, okay? Let them run right into your stick. You don't need to cross-check forward, but, you know, put your stick out and let the guy run into your stick. You know, that's gonna hurt that player, and people are not gonna want to hit you. So you got to learn how to like use your equipment to your advantage, and that's one thing that I try to tell kids: like defend yourself. You know, be a little bit scrappy out there. A lot of times it's like just like, you know, basically dealing in the playground. Like you're dealing with bullies. Bullies don't want to be hit. So you know, if you're afraid, and a bully will be able to like smell your fear, basically, especially too if you're weak and you're not like in shape and you're not, you know, you're really not taking it seriously, that's what's going to put yourself in a situation where a stronger, meaner player is going to try to take advantage of you. So, you know, try to work on, you know, like I said, use your stick to defend yourself, carry it a little high. There's another tip that I learned too that's like, you know, it's not dirty, but it's like playing a little bit scrappy, and that's kind of how I played. And once I started doing that as a player, not only did I get more space on the ice, but I was getting picked on less, and you know, I ended up getting, you know, learning my style of play, which was become really aggressive and really physical, and it took me to the next level. If you're a winger, for example, and you're waiting for that puck to come from your D-man, holding your stick out, pointing at the point, is going to make that defenseman, he's not going to be able to skate right down and like bury you, because he's going to run right into your stick. And that doesn't mean that you go and spear guys, because you don't want to take penalties, okay? It's important to learn how to play physical and be a little dirty out there without taking penalties, because that's really important. So a couple things, like for example, for me, I go to make a pass. So if I go into the corner, I grab the puck, all right? I'd make the pass to the wing, and then, you know, the forward from the other team would come down and try to finish their check on me. So what I would do is I'd make the pass, and I would leave my stick just sitting up, just in the cross-check position. So I'd follow through, and if the guy wanted to hit me, he was running right through my stick, and my cross-check was right into his arm right here, okay? And, you know, you didn't want to look, you know, push forward and, you know, take a penalty, but just having your stick held up like that, you learn how to do little things like that, and you practice it, and you're going to get a lot more space on the ice, and it's going to make you feel a lot less afraid out there. So those are just a couple things you can do. We talked about mostly in the beginning of the first live that got that iced out, but like I said, don't forget, I'm gonna post this on YouTube also. So if you guys have questions, you can check it out. Another thing too, you know, you're playing ice hockey, and it's a fast, violent game, and you have to realize that you know, injuries are part of the game. And I don't know any players that played hockey through, you know, for an extended period of time that didn't suffer injuries. And it's not fun to get hurt, but looking back on my career, I mean, I've had sprains, I broke my hand, I got shattered my orbital socket, I had shoulder surgery, and these were all things that were tough, but I don't regret any of the things that happened, like with my injuries in my sports career. They're things that you learn about your body, you learn about healing, you learn about how to take care of yourself, and it's going to make you stronger in the long run. And I know it's hard as a young kid. You're like, oh, I don't want to get hurt. Like it's not fun. But you know, you're playing ice hockey, and you have to, you know, like I said, make yourself as strong as possible. Take care of your body internally, and you're not going to get hurt as much. But understand that injuries are part of the game, and then, you know, it's basically, once you accept that, you're going to be, you know, more, you know, less inclined to be worried about getting hurt. So that's something right there. Another thing too that is kind of, you know, a newer phenomenon that you guys can work on you know, for your game is working on your mental training. You know, there's companies out there that are doing cool things, like my buddy Coach Corey from Mentally Charged. Check out that account. That's a really good resource for players to work on their mentality and to work on their mental strength. And, you know, you can definitely overcome your fears. Your brain is the most powerful part of your body. So make sure you can do all the physical training you want and practice ice hockey, but if you're not taking care of your brain and you're not taking care of what, you know, your overall outlook of the game, you're definitely going to be at a disadvantage. So check out Coach Corey at Mentally Charged. I highly recommend it. He's got a really cool thing going there, and he can help guys like who are, you know, maybe afraid to go into the corners. So check that out for sure. What else was I going to talk to you guys about? Do you have anything else you want to talk about besides this? Because I mean, I really just wanted to hit on this, but you know, whatever. I'll talk about whatever you guys want. Yeah. So, all right, before we wrap it up, man, another thing too, just wanted to tell you guys, you can always talk to your coach, okay? Don't just, if you're worried about things, if you're not sure about things, you know, you're playing hockey and your coach has a responsibility. Like, go to your coach and ask, say, hey, coach, like, you know, what are some advice? What are some tips? Like, what would you say about my game? Like, how would you recommend that I approach these things if I'm afraid to go into the corners? And don't be afraid to put it out there. And if your coach doesn't respond well, you know, that's his fault. You need to work on that part of your life, and that's going to, you know, stay with you as you grow older, being willing to talk to people and being willing to like share what's going on. All right. So that's pretty much it. I kind of lost my flow with that initial thing, but I appreciate you guys jumping on. Yo, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, buddy? Good luck in the draft, dude. How's everybody else doing today? Yo, how much grips have you made? I don't know what you mean by that, Rudy. How much grips? Like, how many total, or how many SKUs do we have? What do you mean? Whew. Man, that flow was like, I was in the zone and then I lost it. Kind of bummer. Hey, hockey 11111111116. What's up, dude? What's up, Gavin's27? How you doing, buddy? Rudy Rudolph 5. What's up, bud? Oilers fan 2073. What if you were a small player? Can you elaborate, buddy? What do you mean by that? What if you're a small player? I think the things I'm talking about are the things I just said. I don't know how long you were on the live for, but everything applies to any size player. Like I was saying before, when I was a peewee, we started hitting at peewee, and I didn't grow until I was like almost like maybe a junior in high school. So that was like midget. I was kind of small. I was bigger as a kid, and then when we got to peewees, everybody kind of passed me by, and I was small. And I completely understand like what it's like to be a smaller player and going up against bigger guys. Like I remember going up against guys that they had like beards when they were in peewee, and like, you know, I didn't even grow, so I was small, and you know, I felt scared out there. You know what I mean? Like I know exactly what it's like, and honestly, you know, the game is fast, the game is violent, and you're never not gonna be scared. Like I think the one thing players need to also realize too is everybody is a little bit afraid out there. I mean, there's nobody that plays hockey that goes out there with no fear. I don't think, anyway. At least, I mean, I always had it my entire career. Like I said before, you know, I turned into a really violent hockey player, and it's what I did to overcome my fear is that I became over-aggressive. You know, so instead of being picked on, I became the one that was going out there and targeting people and trying to hit people. And I was really dirty. I didn't want, like, I was a defenseman, and if players came to the net, like I was cross-checking them, I was slashing them, I was like really dirty. And I did this because basically I wanted my space out on the ice, and it really worked. But just because I played that way, like I was still like, you know, even all the way up until the end of my career as a professional, I was scared. I remember coming to the games, like you knew who you were playing against, and like sometimes you'd look at the score or at the roster of the opposing team, you know, before a game, and you'd see guys on the other team like Chaz Johnson, you know, oh my God, like when you're playing against a guy like that, like you know. You're going to be like target. This guy's coming after you. Like he and we battled so much. Like every single time I played this guy, I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I'd be nervous before the game. I'd be thinking about like what's going to happen. And like, sure enough, like we had many altercations. Like one time he ran me from behind late, and like I hurt my shoulder. And like, you know, like I said, all the way up, I'm 25, 27, 28 years old, and, you know, playing ice hockey for a living, and I'm still afraid out there, but you learn how to just handle it. Right. So, you know, like I said before, you're a young kid. Everything takes practice. The more you do it, the more you become used to it, and you can learn how to channel the fear and use that fear to, you know, help you perform better. It's going to keep you in the zone. Like, don't lose the fear. Just like learn how to overcome it, you know, and the more you do, the more you practice overcoming your fears, the easier it becomes, you know. What does my hat say? It says business owner in Korean, although I don't know how to pronounce the Korean word, but I got it in Seoul. Ryan, what's up, dude? Yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning into this live on the Friday afternoon. Hope everybody has a dope weekend, and I'm kind of bummed that the Wi-Fi glitched out, but whatever, it's all good. I appreciate you guys. If you ever have any questions, I hope that helped. I hope you guys got some value out of it. But you can always hit me up on Snapchat. Even though I'm not going to be posting as much on the story anymore, I'm going to switch over to Instagram. You can always hit me up there. I'll check the DMs. And you can hit me up DMs in Instagram, or you can always message me in the comments on YouTube. I'm always looking at those too. So I appreciate you guys, and thanks a lot. And we'll see you on YouTube, and hit me up, and I'll talk to you soon.